9:55 exactly, news and views right here on Talar Media. And after all of that gloom and doom that we've been talking about all morning, or for the better part of the morning, Alhamdulillah, there's a bit of light at the end of the tunnel. There's a bit of good news, and it is via General Manager of Talent Division Training Force. That is you, Lesego Sebuelo. A very good morning to you. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm so glad that I'm talking to you because at least you're sharing some good news with us amidst all of the dark, dreary news that we're hearing all around us. So I understand you are the General Manager of Talent Division Training Force, and you are looking for 36 unemployed youth to do a skills program for 3 months. You're looking
Yes.
for 36 people. Undoubtedly, you're going to get 36,000 applications because that's the reality of South Africa, that many unemployed youth. Tell us about the program and how are you going to target just 36 people out of the 36,000 CVs that you
Yeah.
get?
Julie, thank you so much for the platform you're giving us. And maybe if I may, I would like to also just take the opportunity not only to look at the skills program, but to also just speak learnerships in general, because we continue to look for
Wow,
hundreds of learners on a monthly basis.
wow,
So, as a national training provider, Training Force is part of the JSE listed workforce holdings, and we're based in Parktown. And just last year alone, I think we trained about 21,000 learners nationally. So that also just gives you, the type of volume that we really undergo on a monthly basis on behalf of our clients. So at the moment, yes, we've got an IT system support skills program. It runs for 3 months. Our intended start date is the 1st of August, and learners will be required to basically undergo theoretical training, and also there will be that workplace element also to it. We are providing, I think the stipend is 4,000 for that skills program, and we look for, I call them ACI candidates, but that's your African, Indian, and colored candidates in terms of this program. And also with the learnerships, we run learnerships that are accredited with different CETAs. It is, your services CETA, which would be more your administration type of learnerships or qualifications. Then we've got MICT, which the IT technical support would be sitting under. Okay, so any type of IT qualification will be sitting with the MICT CETA. We've also have MERS CETA, construction CETA, the food bev, quite a number really
wow.
that we do look at. So yes, we get quite a lot of applications on a daily basis. But however, due to also the limited amount that we can take, I know sometimes for some people it may be a bit a slow response, and that just means that we do get overwhelmed with quite a number of CVs all at once.
Okay, so Lesego, I want to look at this program in particular, but I'm also very excited to hear about your ongoing learnerships and the fact that you took 21,000 youth through learnerships last year. But that doesn't necessarily equate to a guaranteed job. You're just allowing them the opportunity to upskill themselves so that they are more marketable on the job market.
Yes, and maybe to just add on that, our intent as a business as of 2022 is to work on what we call absorption, and that means that during the learnership period of 12 months, yes, the skills program is 3 months, but a learnership period is 12 months, and if you undergo the learnership journey with us, we start speaking to different businesses to see how we can absorb you, even at the workplace that you would be situated, because it's 30% theoretical, so that's the training part, and then it's 70% the workplace experience. So we already start talking to the call it employers, the host employers that would be with the learners, and also other partners that work with us to see how we could possibly absorb these learners into now the mainstream, and make them economically active, right? And it's actually quite a very rewarding journey, but also quite difficult, because some of our learners unfortunately do not carry the grade 12 certificate. And for any entry level role out there, most of them, say 95% of them, do require a matric certificate on there. So we already pull, or we're already trying to eye only matriculants, um,
Okay.
so that we are able then to filter them into now the active job market. So this skills program for the IT
Just
support.
before you go there, Lesego, let me ask you this question. You
Yes.
indicated that learnerships it really is a year long, 3 months theory, and the balance of the time they spend at an employer's workplace. Whether they're going to end up working there or not, it gives them the practical hands on experience. And throughout this period, they do earn a stipend to cover their transport and possibly their lunch, etc., which would then indicate that your learnerships again would only start in the new year, or do they start from mid-year, from June, July, and it goes into next year again?
Yes,
How
really, we've
how do
got learnerships
okay,
starting on a monthly basis.
brilliant. How do people then? I'm sure lots of people are going to want to get in touch with you to send in their CVs, etc. Do they just go to your website?
They can go through our website. Another platform that they can use is just by emailing us. They can email directly on learnership.application@trainingforce.co.za. So it will go all to that mailbox. And we also encourage disabled candidates or people living with disabilities to also apply for our learnerships. Actually, quite a high number, about 90% of our learnerships are focused particularly on people living with disabilities.
Wow. Okay, let's talk about the current 36 people that you are looking for. It's a very specific brief, is it not? And by way of this interview, it's not open to all. As I said, it's a specific brief. Talk
Mhm.
to us about the requirements.
So we are looking here for candidates that already have some sort of IT qualification. This can also be a certificate, because now this particular skills program will be building upon what they would already have in terms of their knowledge. Okay. So that particular learnership, we are looking at starting it on the 1st of August, and then it will end around October, as it will only take 3 months.
Okay. Um, what do people who believe that they might be the right candidate for this particular learnership, how do they apply?
Okay. So they would also apply onto that mailbox, the learnership.application at trainingforce.co.za mailbox. We encourage individuals with disabilities to also apply. And something that, I'm not particularly sure in terms of this program, but if you are around the ages of 18 to 28, that's the usual target market that we are looking for. There's only a small number of learnerships that do allow 29 to 35, as most of these are only for the youth demographic.
Okay, and any additional documentation that is required to be forwarded for this particular learnership together with their CV?
Yes. So it would be their ID, their certificates, qualifications. We would require that. We would need their SARS documentation. If they've got a disability, we need their proof of disability that would need to be filled, and also their bank account, proof of bank account, so that when they are chosen, we can already run the onboarding process.
Okay, you're also asking, as you've indicated, SARS tax clearance letter and proof of bank account. So if this person has never worked before, they're not going to be having a bank account, for example,
No.
or a SARS clearance letter.
So in terms of the SARS, weirdly enough, I also didn't think that they would have it, but you have to apply for it,
Okay,
because we on the system, yeah, the taxman knows everything, and then they want to know everything also. So there will be a unique number for a Lesego that will be created just as an identifier, because as these monies or stipends will be paid out, they will then be allocated this particular number. So we already need that number, and you just go on the
okay.
SARS website to apply for it and get the document. It's actually quite a pretty easy process. In terms of the bank details, yeah, and unfortunately, it would require an individual to go to X Bank just to get them that confirmation of bank, and then we need that
Open
information.
up an account, even if you put a couple of rands in the account. This
Yes,
is
yes.
wonderful, wonderful talking to you. I'm so pleased that there are organizations like Training Force affording young people the opportunity and obviously some hope. So I'm really, really pleased, and undoubtedly we will be talking more in the future, just trying to get our young people, giving them the hope and the courage that there are organizations like your organization, and, all is not doom and gloom, all is not lost. So thank you indeed. Much success.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity. Take care.
You too. Stay warm and God bless. It is 7 after 10 o'clock. Time for me to wrap up with a big thank you to the production team, trusting that you enjoyed the past 2 hours with me. Don't forget, Inayat Wadi will be joining you tomorrow morning, tonight, tomorrow morning, and Friday morning. I'll be back on Monday morning as usual, hopefully, when the cold is over. So till then, keep warm, keep safe on the roads. And as always, Assalamu alaikum and Khuda Hafiz from me, Julie Ali.